Well, saving Louisiana's coast does more than protect homes inland from storms. It can also save the lives of endangered birds like the whooping crane.
There are only about 600 whooping cranes alive in the United States, including those in captivity. Since 2011, the U.S. Fish and Wildlife Service and the Louisiana Department of Wildlife and Fisheries have been reintroducing the birds into Louisiana marshes with the help of a USDA Natural Resources Conservation Service program. For the first time in 77 years, a whooping crane chick hatched in Louisiana.
That's a sound you do not get to hear very often, the call of the whooping crane. For NRCS wildlife biologist Troy Malik, it's music to his ears.
This is probably the rarest and largest endangered bird in North America, so just for me to get an opportunity to come out and see it was great. I mean, I haven't seen a whooping crane before today, so this was excellent.
It's through his binoculars that Malik gets an even more rare sight. You see that bird with the brown head? That's the first whooping crane hatched in Louisiana since 1939.
They got some good shots.
It happened in a rice and crawfish field farmed by Chad and Ray Hill in Jeff Davis Parish. Here, they look at framed pictures of the chick when it was still in its nest.
Not everybody gets to say that they've had that opportunity to have whooping cranes do that on their property, so it was awesome.
The field where these cranes built their nest is enrolled in the Natural Resources Conservation Service Conservation Stewardship Program. For the Hills, that means they leave the water on their rice fields a little bit longer than they normally would to provide habitat for migratory birds.
As we can tell, we see that the animal enhancements are working because we have the whooping cranes on their place.
Wildlife biologists with the Louisiana Department of Wildlife and Fisheries released the chick's parents years ago in a refuge. But they know that many whooping cranes will depend upon privately owned land to find habitat.
We have been probably a little bit surprised at how much the cranes that we've released are using private land. I think there was some thought that they would stay more in the marshes where they're originally released, but the majority of our birds, sometimes when the marshes dry down in the summer, leave the marsh and they are finding and using private land, primarily rice and crawfish fields. So the cooperation and support of private landowners and farmers has been essential and is critical to the long-term success of this project.
Without private landowners, the facts of the matter is we're not going to get recovery because some species, over 90% of the habitat that they use is on private land. So this being, on private land, enrolled in the NRCS program is really unbelievable. It's a great story.
The Hills are really enjoying watching the little whooping crane grow up. To learn more about the NRCS or the efforts to reestablish a whooping crane population here in Louisiana, visit our website at twilatv.org. And I like the sounds they make. It was neat going out there to shoot that story. And the little brown head bopping all around. It's just so cute.
Just a funny bird.
They are.